All right, moving on to I can't believe we got these 3 fights to go yet.
I know, right?
But anyways, yeah, this is the one I watched again because I just had to see like what happened here and like how did Dricus, how did he do it?
How did he put out Whitaker? How did he do this to someone like Whitaker?
Of that stature.
Right. Yeah. Because nobody does this to Whitaker.
Right.
Except for Izzy. I mean, but it's like...
Right. And Izzy wasn't even that. I mean, Izzy knocked him out too, but it wasn't as impressive as this. No. I don't, whatever. Maybe it was, but this is recency effect, obviously. But, yeah. I mean, Dricus kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
Just completely destroyed him.
Yeah.
And I thought, through the first round, I thought it was pretty even. I mean, Dricus cut him over the right eye. He had Whitaker had caught an elbow and had a decent cut over his right eye. But, the back and forth thing was pretty even in the first round, I thought. And, when I was going back watching it, I just thought, how did this happen? Where was the turn of events that happened that allowed Dricus to just pounce?
Right.
And this is what we talked about before about the finishing aspect. It's like,
yeah,
this was super impressive to me because he saw an opening and he finished him.
Yeah, but he finished him in the right. He didn't just like Perea it and headhunt and just throw wild.
Right.
He was hitting him with body shots.
Well, and that was the thing. So if we back it up a little bit to say, okay, how did he stun him? He stunned him with a jab.
Yeah.
And he stunned him with a jab going forward as Whitaker was also throwing forward. So he hits him with the jab, and then Dricus immediately steps backwards and just puts his arms up.
Yeah.
He doesn't even see what happened.
Right.
And he said that in the interview, too. He was like, next time I looked up, he was on the ground all fours.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
So basically, there was a delay there. If he saw that he dropped him, it might have been a different story. He might have gotten on top of him when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He backed up, covered up, then looked, and Whitaker was on the way back up, and then he went after him.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a fine balance, right? Of not getting over aggressive, but being able to finish in the right way. Right. Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't necessarily patience. It was just smart.
Yeah.
Went to the head, landed a crushing body blow. Like, I mean, you go back and watch that, and that sent Whitaker doubling over. Yeah. That body blow basically put him on one knee.
Yeah.
And then, Dricus just finished him after that. Just raining punches down on him.
Yeah.
And
performance of the night for Dricus.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
I mean, it was incredible. People have been doubting this guy, and I'm guilty of that like anybody. I didn't think he's as good as people or he's touting that he is.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
But
he proved that.
But after this, I mean,
he got the nose surgery, he can breathe.
Yeah. That's a funny story.
Yeah.
I mean, the funny part of it is if you go back and watch all his other fights, he's just breathing like he's out of breath all the time.
Like he's dying. Yeah.
Like breathing through his mouth all the time.
Yeah.
And now, he got nose surgery, he can breathe through his nose and doesn't have that restriction, which obviously has to help him. Obviously has to help his cardio. Right. But yeah, just incredible. And like I said, we saw an incredible performance against Darren Till last time too.
Wow.
And I think people that was the fight I was really doubting him in because I was thought this guy's kind of goofy, moves kind of weird. Yeah. I just, he's just not his body's kind of weird. Like he's super bulky up top and but he's huge. Like for the weight class, I just think he's huge,
He's just incredibly big.
Yeah. And it's just, but nobody can deny this guy now. Seriously.
No, he's in line for a title shot now, no question.
Yeah. And I think that Izzy wanted him to win. He wanted a shot at him. He wants something different, something interesting.
New. Yeah, right.
He wants a guy to come up the rankings and challenge him for his title now, and he's got what he asked for. I mean, he immediately stood up in the crowd and was staring him down, got in the ring after during his interview and stared him down, whatever. And I heard Dana White talking of, it was a funny thing that he said was like, they asked him in the post-fight interview, it's like, what was the conversation? Did you want Izzy to come in the ring? Or he goes, no, I didn't want him to come in the ring, but it was a conversation we had, he said, and he promised me nothing was going to happen or whatever. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Nothing crazy was going to happen,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So he let him do it, whatever. But interesting, yeah. I mean, awesome on Dricus. I mean, I think, you know, like I said, like you said, nobody takes care of Whitaker like that. And like we were saying before, if Izzy wasn't around, Whitaker would be the champion for 10 years because he's beaten everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
He's literally beaten everybody else.
You know, we were talking about it, like I said, I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning or what, but it's like same thing with like Colby and Usman or Holloway and Volk. It's like if this one guy isn't there, there's someone else there's someone else right behind him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you get with a dominant champion. There might be always that one guy that's like you just can't get over the hump, and Whitaker just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah.
Covington just couldn't get over that hump. I mean, he just couldn't beat Usman.
No.
If Usman wasn't around, yeah, Colby's probably beating everybody else.
Same thing with Holloway.
Yeah. Same with Holloway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So amazing performance. Congrats to Dricus. I mean, we can't wait to see. You know, they're talking about 9 weeks. I don't think that's a possibility.
We'll see.
But we'll see. You know, it's hard to think about coming back and that quick a turnaround. But
for a title fight,
probably end of the year. I would think we'd see something.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I would assume it's going to be announced relatively soon. Either way, whenever the fight takes place.